Okay, so for this, I'm going to be arranging this with a drop D tuning. That seems to be like the simplest, most accessible method I could find here. We're really only maybe sacrifice one chord that we can't go quite as low, but otherwise, I think this works pretty well. There's a lot of sus2 stuff going on, so instead of having to super stretch pinky, all that stuff, with the drop D, it makes it a little easier. Like I said, just trying to make this as simple and accessible as I can. So drop D, we'll have the D, A, D, G, B, E. And for this intro, and this also happens as a post bridge section, we're starting here at this A flat sus2, so just barring the sixes to the low D and the A. And then we'll have the D, middle D here, the 8, and the G 8. All right, and the strum on this, it's like we're strum 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1. So that's kind of the strumming feel for basically almost all these chords. So that's what we're looking for, and we're doing about a couple measures of that A flat at the 6 with the 8s. But with this intro pattern, we do a little something different where we'll do the 1 1 2 3 1 2, and at that point we just lift that 8 on the D off to a 6 on the D, so it just becomes like a big A5 or A flat 5 power chord. And with that we do the 1 2 bang. Okay, so that's kind of the pattern of this intro slash post bridge. Hit that at the A flat section, and then we want to drop it to this F. So with this tuning, we just drop down to 3s. So we get to 3 low D, 3A, 5 on the middle D, and G. But we also want to keep a previous note that we had, that 8 on the G. So with this here, we can hit that by hitting a 4 on the B. Okay. And if you happen to hit like a 1 on the high E, it's just an extra octave of something we're doing, so no big deal. But really only wearing down through the B. And it's that same type of strum and that same lift off where we do that last 3 strums. We just lift the 5 on the D off to a 3D. It's a real subtle thing that happens there. And we go through that F position there with the 3s and 5s with the 4. We do that twice as well. Okay, this verse section is going between a couple chords. Shift to the C suspended second, so 3 on the A with the 5, D and G, 3 B. Same type of strum, do it twice. And then we zoom it up to in E flat. All right, here, so 6 on the A with the 8s on the D and G, 6 B. Same feel, same time on that, all that stuff. So go through those couple chords for the verse. We get to the first chorus, and the chorus pattern changes each time we hit it. For this first time, we're going to go to a big F suspended second. So we do the 3s on the D, low D and A, 5 on the middle D and G. We also want an extra note or high octave of something that we're doing here. So we'll want this 3 on the high E. With the B, it's kind of hard to get something that sounds appropriate there, so I just kind of mute it. And by doing that, I just kind of take the middle finger there and just act like I'm gonna fret something, but I don't. I just kind of lightly touch it so it stays muted. Because we want this high E, and the easiest way to do it is just to bar it all at the 3, but we don't want that 3 barred as well. So I just kind of mute the B with the middle finger there. All right, and it's that same strumming vibe, just one measure. Okay, and then this next chord is kind of where we'll lose, where we would want to go low with it, but can't quite do it. If you're really hardcore, you could just drop the low D here to a D flat, go a half step further, and then just kind of, play everything on the D I'm showing you a half step higher or a fret higher. that's if you want to like monkey around with that, if you're that like hardcore with it. But for us, we could just take it up to this voicing here at the 4 on the A with the 6 on the D and G and a 4B. I think it works just fine there, no big deal. And then strum that out for a measure, same style. Okay, to the A flat suspended second, so bar from the intro, we saw this, so it's 6 on the low D, 8 on the D and G there. All right, in this first run through these chords, we do that twice, the A flat twice. Okay, now it starts jumbling up these chords a bit. All right, so we do the whole thing again. All right, the F to the D flat to the A flat twice. Do that whole thing again, and then when we go to the F again, we do the F twice. All right, and then we skip the D flat, and then we do the A flat twice. All right, so it's this shuffling up of these chords here. All right, and then after we go through that, we go to the F at the 3s here. We do that twice again, and then we move on to the next section. All right, for the second chorus, all right, the same chords we saw, but we're shuffling up again. The first run through, kind of just as we usually would, the F at the 3s here and 5s, to the D flat at the 4, 6, 4 there, to the A flat at the 6 and 8s here. And, you know, kind of an interesting side note, you don't really have to like move your fingers much at all. It's just more about like what strings you're playing, because it's the same shape, you know, so we're just kind of moving it up. So like I said, we go through that just as usual. F spot once, D flat spot once, A flat 2 times. And then the second run through, we're going to change it just slightly here. We do the F once, D flat once, but then we do the A flat only 1 time. All right, and then we go right back to the F and do that once. Okay, and then we'll move on to the bridge. All right, for the bridge, throw in this new chord here, E flat, and kind of the same shape we've seen, just 1 on the low D, 1 on the A, 3 on the D and G. And this is another bit where we're doing that same thing here that we did at the F, where just mute the B string, and then we want to add in that 1 on the high E with it. Okay. And it's just one measure of this. And then we go to the C, which we've seen before. We go 3A, 5 on the G, 3 in the B. Do this twice, the first run through. Okay, to our A flat at the 6s and 8s, 1 time. To our F at the 3s, all right, skip the B. Just once with that. And then we throw in that C sus2 again for just 1 time, all right, at the 3, 5, 3 here. All right, and then we just bump that up a fret to the D flat at the 4, 6s and 4. Just 1 time with that. All right, and after we do the intro section again, the post bridge, we're now calling it. After we go through that a couple times, those 2 chords, then we just throw in this new chord where it's a G flat. All right, so we just hit 4 on the low D and A, 6 on the D and G. And we just hit it once and let it ring. And this is basically the outro. And after we hit that and let it ring, we kind of just lightly, you know, put in these notes where we do on the middle D, we go 6, 8, do a 8 on the G, and then we go 8, 6 backwards on the D. So